You done found a new breed of Hebrews that stand and walk with the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, and we don't care who we got to come up against. You ain't standing before this truth. You understand? We done took them all on and gonna continue to take them all on. Of my truth.
Surrounded by Edomites, lost a lot of truth to this tree of life. Open up the book just to see it right. Reminiscing on my ancestors, those ships who had to plead for life, took us to a place where ain't never safe there. Putting in our food to put our children up in daycare. Fresh out of slavery, still thinking that they care. Guns in the community, children can't play there. Brothers still brainwashed, we died for that same cost. Took away our history, believing that we lost. Brother, I'm an Israelite, sin is like kryptonite. Brothers won't pray, they rather link a shit tonight. Praises to the Most High, I ain't like most guys. I ain't on the feature, but I learned from a boat ride. Tried up Benjamin, inherited on both sides. Background to me, I'm mistreated and I know why. I'm an Israelite, die from the Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry from the Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. One Yahshua Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die from the Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry from the Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. One Yahshua Allah to all my Israelites.
Yahshua, sons of the power. Rise from the ghetto, Satan want us devoured. The seal of the Lord been found in church towers. Never dying on my knees like no coward. Want to be an Israelite, you gon' need on them trenches. You gon' need to show you the proof and get in them scriptures. Oh, I forgot to mention, traumatized from the lynching. Homicide, we the victim. Homicide ain't the ending. Kids with PTSD, suffering symptoms. Never getting treatment, something he gotta sleep with. I cold symptoms so long, it ain't a secret. That's why I die for them brothers I'm facing east with. Cause I'm an Israelite, practice better get it right. Visions my enemies, death flow through my dreams at night. If your mind ain't dead, then we'll dream of life. Reporting live from home of Christians and Edomites.
I'm an Israelite, die from the Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry from the Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. One Yahshua Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die from the Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry from the Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. One Yahshua Allah to all my Israelites.
While they play the sidelines, comfortable on benches. Catch me on the front lines, putting work in trenches. Making sure I'm election, preparing for Armageddon. Mastering the profession of prophesying these lessons. Protecting all adolescents and answering all their questions. Teaching the blood and reflection, no matter what the complexion. We got a common connection, a part of God's selection. A shot at the resurrection, through us achieving perfection. Words and quick life, take sacrifice. Battle demons every fight. Short days and long nights. Sleep and more fights. More wisdom, more strife. Telling everybody that they wrong and you're right. I'm an Israelite, blood of an Israelite. I ride for my Israelites and die for my Israelites. We are dead cause Christ paid the price, so we're ready to give their life the life of an Israelite.
I'm an Israelite, die for the Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry from the Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. One Yahshua Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for the Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry from the Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. One Yahshua Allah to all my Israelites.
All right, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. All right, it's Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. You understand? It's Friday. You understand? It is the Lashawan Qadash class. You understand? Where we get into the hidden mysteries. You understand? Breaking down the scripture through our native tongue, our native language. You understand? We're going to start off this class like we start off every class with the Hebrew alphabet. So if you would, repeat after me. All right. Ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, p, tza, qua, ra, and the. All right. So today's class, we're going to get into understanding how to break down the language. All right. Let me fix the camera here. Excuse me. We Gucci. Yep. Yeah. Bam. All right. So today's class, I know it's a little blur on the thing, so just listen to me down. Past, present, and future tense. All right. So first and foremost, in order to do that, you have to know the Salakia. You have to know the tenses that give it that context and to allow you to know what tense you're speaking in. You know what I'm saying? And who you're speaking to, right? All right. So we're going to break these things down. These things are going to 9 times out of 10 precede what you're talking about in a sentence, no matter if you're using the qual sim, the peel sim, and things of that nature. All right. Okay. All right. So the first one that we're going to do is anya. All right. All right. Ani means I. Okay. So when you're saying I am going to do something, you're going to say anya. All right. And we're going to get into examples of this. All right. The next one you should already know. All right. Is atha. Which is you. All right. So anya. All right. I'm going to put M plus F. It's for masculine and feminine. Atha, M plus F, because these two can be used interchangeably for masculine and feminine. All right. Whether you're saying you referring to a female or you referring to a male, or a man is saying I, or a woman is saying I. All right. These can both be used. All right. So we have anya, which means I, atha, which means you. All right. The next one that we're going to do is hawa'a. Yeah, that's right. All right. Hawa'a means he. All right. Okay. So you have anya, which is I for masculine, both masculine and feminine. Atha, which means you for masculine and feminine, and and Hawa is he, of course, that is masculine. Okay, all right. The next one that we're gonna get to is Haya'a. All right. So the next one is Haya'a, which is she, right? Which is the counterpart to Hawa'a, right? When you're speaking about a person, okay? All right. The next one that we're going to do is Anak Noah, all right? Let's see. Yep. And that means what? We. Right? Anak Noah is when you're talking about a group and it's personal to self. All right? We. You're included in the group. All right? The next one that we're going to do is a thumb. All right? All right? So a thumb is you, right? But it's more specifically, so a thumb is when you're dealing with men. I'll give you an example. Like when I'm saluting a group of brothers, I say Shalom, Yahweh Shem Baraka, thumb, right? Instead of saying Shalom, Yahweh Shem Baraka, tha, right? A thumb is when you're saluting a group of men. So this would be masculine plural. All right. And this is in Texas, y'all. All right. Dealing with men. I'll put a G inside of parentheses. You're dealing with a group of men. So you all. All right. So a thumb is masculine plural when you're dealing with a group of men. You all, but in Texas we say y'all. All right. Okay. All right. Next one is a thon. All right. A thon is the exact same thing, right? It's when you're addressing a group of women, plural. Thon is feminine plural for you all or y'all. So an example is when we do the female salute. Shalom, Yahweh Shemar, Ilathon, Bashim Yahweh Shah. And of course, I've been need Mike. Now, when it comes to, say, a mixed group, now, of course, you know, we've done this before, but just to explain, it's separate, right, for men and women, even in a mixed group. Or if you're speaking to a mixed group, wouldn't you use a thumb? Like, say, if it's a mixed group of men and women, or would you keep it separate? Normally, typically. So, because, like, when men are speaking, men address men, and the men address their families. Okay. Right? Even though we're all in the crowd, but as a man, I'm going to talk to the men. Con. Right? You know what I'm saying? So just like, what's another example? In English language. It's a good example. Trying to think of an example in the English language where that happens. I'm going to come back to it.
I mean, it's several examples that you could use. You know, like, I mean, when you watch comedy shows, when he comes out, he addresses the fellas and then he addresses the ladies, right? And that type of aspect, so,
right? But stereotypically, you know, when you're addressing a populace or a group, right? In any diction, right? You address a group in a masculine sense, right? So the adverbs, the nouns, the adjectives, and the pronouns are from a masculine standpoint, right? The brother back there had a question.
Check. I was just gonna add, if like you're leading a group, you'll say, "Come on, guys," but that would include.
That's exactly what I was talking about. Okay, so that's what I was trying to think about. All right, so in the English language, right? Like, you know, hey guys, come on, right? Hey guys, where you going, right? So like when a teacher addresses the class, hey guys, chill out, right? But it's guys and females in the classroom, right? But when you address in the group, it's from a masculine standpoint, right? Same thing. Same thing when you're speaking to a mass population. The diction that you use is a masculine sense, right? That's in everything. All right. So, but there's nothing wrong with addressing the group separately, right? So, General Muhammad, you know what I'm saying? When they say, it's like not any general, right? When they say Alawat Punya, right? You know what I'm saying? Barak, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, Barakatah. You know what I'm saying? Sis say, Shalom Yahweh Shemar, Bashim Yahweh Shah. You know what I'm saying? And the general addresses the brothers and the sisters. So there's nothing wrong with doing that. Let me make that clear. But stereotypically speaking, when you're addressing an entire group, it's normally from a masculine perspective out of reverence and respect. Men to men, all right? And from those men to their women, all right? All right? So the next one we are going to do is hum. So the next one that we're going to deal with is ham, right? Not to be confused. This is not ham, all right? You know what I'm saying? So this is not ham, okay? This is ham. This is Hebrew. This is not English. And if you're trying to say like, oh, okay, that's ham, no. The Hebrew word for the nation of Ham is ham, right? Which is also where you get the word kemet from, chamet, right? Right? If you're a Commission, how you say that in Hebrew is chamet, right? Which is where you get kemet from. You understand? It all comes from Hebrew. All right? All right? All right? So ham is masculine plural for days when you're expressing or speaking about a group of people. Okay? I got wrong? Yeah, I got wrong. I'll write it right here. All right, the next one we're going to do is Han. I knew somebody was going to say it.
I shouldn't have came.
No, you good. You all right. All right. So the last one is Han, right? Which is they, feminine, plural. All right. So going over everything that we've gone over, we got Hanya. We got Hanya means I. It's interchangeable. It's unisex. You know what I'm saying? It can be Anya. A woman can be saying I. A man can be saying I. Right? It's all based off of the context. All right? Of the word that's used afterwards. You have Athar, which is another unisex word. Right? Which is masculine or female, because a man, you can be talking about, I'm good right now. You can be saying you speaking to a man or you speaking to a woman. All right. Okay. Next is Hawa'a. Hawa'a is he. I mean, quite naturally, that's masculine. All right. The female counterpart is Haya'a, right, which is she. All right. All right. The next is Anak Nawa. You know what I'm saying? Which is we, which makes it majority we part is the Nawa part. I mean, an example of where you see the Nawa, right, is dealing with like the Hebrew prayer. You know what I'm saying? Abba Nawa. You know what I'm saying? Our Father. You know what I'm saying? Father in Hebrew is Abba. Nawa is our or we. You know what I'm saying? Okay? Which makes it, this is both math, so like I didn't put that here. This is masculine plus feminine. All right? Okay? So like I said, a great example of this that's practically used, that we use every day in every class, is in the Lord's Prayer. The first word, Abba Nawa. You know what I'm saying? Okay, which is our Father. Okay? All right? Next, we have a thumb, all right, which is used when you're expressing or speaking to a group of men, right? It's for you all, or in Texas, like I said, you know, we got to draw, y'all, all right? Okay, so I gave an example of the salute, all right? Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Baraka, thumb, right? When you're addressing a group of men, right? The counterpart is the feminine counterpart, a thon. Shalom Yahweh Shema Ilathon Bahashem Yahweh Shah, when you're addressing or greeting a group of sisters. All right. Next, we have hum, when we're speaking to when we're talking about a group of men, they or them over there, depending on the tense that you're speaking in. All right. All right. The last one that we had was Han, right, which is the female counterpart when you're talking to or you're speaking about a group of women. All right. Does everybody have this? If you don't, people that just came in, please take a picture. All right. Because the things that we're going to be going over are going to be having this. Yes, ma'am. Give the sister the mic, please. The what?
Salaki, sir. Is that Han for Han or Han?
Han. Not like hun. Not like honey.
Han.
Han.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. So this is very important that you have this in your notes. These words you will see over and over and over in the Torah and the Tanakh. Over and over. You understand? Uriah tell you. You understand? Two things that you're going to see repetitively in the Torah and the Tanakh. These words, the predecessors for the context of the pronouns in the sentence, and the qual stem. Am I lying? Like the whole book of Genesis is nothing but the qual stem. Okay? All right? But before you can understand the qual stem, you got to get this. All right? This is the beginning of understanding context in transliteration. All right? Okay. Everybody got this? All right, good. I'm going to make a little cheat sheet right here as we're going along. And whoever cleaned this board, the water. It was getting quite murky. Like the waters of Galveston. All right. Just going to write the words here. Got Anya. Ata. You. What was the next one? Hawa'a. He. Ya. She. Anaknawa. We. Then a thumb. You. Masculine. A thumb. You. Feminine. Hey, Uriah, remind me after class to go buy some more markers, please. All right, then we had hum, which is they, masculine. Then we had hun, which is they, feminine. Is that all of them? Yeah. All right. Here's your cheat sheet. Bam. All right. All right. So the first part we're going to go over is the present tense. First thing we're going over. We're going to go over present tense. All right. Okay. So the word that we're going to be dealing with is haya. And Uriah, am I wrong or right? How many times do you see this word in Genesis? A lot.
Too much.
Right. All right, this is why I'm going over these words. Right? Haya means to be. All right? Okay? All right. And then, let's see. Matter of fact, bump that. We're not going to do Haya. But you can keep that word for your memory bank. Because I'm going to do that one after this one. This one's going to be a little bit more easier. Because when we do Haya, we're going into the qual stem, and I don't want to overcomplicate things. I'm gonna keep it real simple. All right. So you can keep this for your memory bank. You know what I'm saying? But the word I'm gonna use instead of this, just to make it easy, I'm gonna use when we start going into the qual stem. I'm gonna use that word. I'm gonna use shamar. All right. Which means to watch. Be cool. All right. Okay. So, first sentence. I, implied English, am watching. All right. Is Anya, which means what? I. All right. Matter of fact, let me write it backwards. Let me write it correctly. I'm a write in for space purposes. I'm gonna write in Assyrian. Well, Siri, you nosy, ain't you?
Go ahead.
Nosy as hell. All right. Yeah. All right. So when you are saying I am watching, all right. Okay, when you're using Anya, you add wa to the word. All right. The reason why, all right. Okay. So we're using pronouns, past, present, and future. All right. Pronoun is the action of the noun. All right. So now that we're talking about is what I'm doing. You're using Anya, you add wa. Very, very simple, right? It's, there ain't no rhyme without reason. All right. Okay. So to say I am watching, it is Anya. Okay. All right. This is when you start going into when you're like you go into the blue letter, right? And you look up a scripture, right? When you look up the definition of words, all it's going to give you is the root word, right? It's just going to say shamar, right? But the wa is what gives context to what and it that you're talking about, right? This is first person, right? Anya shawamar, okay? All right, the next one we're going to do is you. So it's going to be you are watching. All right. So if I'm going to be using you, looking at our cheat code, what word am I going to use? Atha, correct. All right. In this case, it's the exact same pattern. I'm put that double line. It just means the same thing above. All right. All right. So both of these things are dealing with the masculine and the feminine. They're unisex. All right. So when you say you are watching, dealing with the present tense, you're going to say Atha shawamar. Right. Just like if you were talking, if like a man or a woman was saying I shawamar. When you're saying you talking about a man or a woman, you use the same thing, shawamar, right? It's going to be the same conjugation of the action verb, all right? Okay, so atha shawamar, okay, which is you are watching, okay? Okay, the next one that we are going to do is he is watching. All right, and this is masculine plus feminine. Boom. This is masculine plus feminine. Boom. This is masculine. All right, so we're going to do he is watching. Looking at our cheat code, what word are we going to use for he? Where Mike at? There we go. Let's make sure we're using that mic. All right, what word are we going to use for he?
Hawa'a.
Correct. That is correct. right? It's going to be Hawa'a Shawamar. All right? Why is this? Same reason why I was above. For masculine or feminine, right? The conjugation of the word, the action that the verb is doing is what, right? From a singular standpoint, right? So whether you're talking about I, or you're speaking about a singular person, you, or whether you're talking about he, which is a singular person, or you're talking about she, which is a singular person, the conjugation of the action is going to be a what. So it's going to be shawamar. All right? It's very simple. It's very easy. Okay? With the conjugation. All right? So I'm just putting this double line here. This double line here means the same thing. Ain't nothing changed. Okay? All right? So we have Anya Shawamar, which means I am watching, which is implied English, right? Anya Shawamar is actually I watch, or it's really what it is, I watch, right? Because remember, I told you guys that Hebrew is a very brutish language. It's very direct, right? There's really no filler words, right? I compared it to when Native Americans first learned English. Be like, woman, come now, sit here, right? It's not, hey, sweetheart, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? If you could please honor me with your presence and come sit next to me. It ain't none of that. You know what I'm saying? This woman, come now, sit here, talk. You know what I'm saying? That's how we talk. It's very direct. That's why it says that the Hebrew is a very savage language. It's very brutish, right? Same thing with Athah Shawamar. It's you watch, right? Go ahead, get the mic.
Lucky, if I may, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I just had a question.
Go ahead.
Is since you say that Hebrew is like brutish language, is like Yiddish supposed to be?
It's feminine.
That's
it's very feminine. Okay. Yiddish is extremely feminine, right? So Yiddish is Germanic mixed with Hebrew, right? So the Germanic people, those are the Russians, the Germans, the Slavics, right? They mix their language with Hebrew, right, to form Yiddish, right? Specifically coming from the Khazarian nation, all right, from Khazar, okay, all right. So it's a Germanic language. It is a German language. It's German mixed with Hebrew. Right. Okay, if you want the history of language, you have Sanskrit or Sumerian, right? Then you have Paleo, ancient Phoenician Hebrew. Then you have Assyrian Hebrew, right? Okay. Then you have Greek, right? Okay. Then before Greek you have before Greek you have the hieroglyphics, which is Egyptian, right? Which is a dead language. No one speaks it. Right, it's pictographs. You know what I'm saying? Because no one can actually speak the language. It's a dead language, right? Then you have Greek, right? Then after Greek, you have Aramaic. Then you have Latin, right? And then from that, you get, your Spanish, you get your English, you know what I'm saying? And around that time, you get Yiddish, right? All of those come about at the same time, right? And English is just a bastardized language, right? Majority of the language, even Chinese and Japanese, you read from right to left. Okay? All right. Majority of the languages in antiquity, you read from right to left. English is a bastardized language. You read from left to right. Okay? Because, they retarded. All right? They try and reinvent the wheel and make it special. Okay? All right? So, next thing that we're going to go over. All right? She is watching, or she watch from a dominant perspective. All right. So looking at our cheat book. All right. What word are we going to use for she? Raise your hand. Sis? All right, give it a mic, please. Thank you. What word we're going to use?
Haya'ah.
Haya'ah. That is correct. All right. All right. And the conjugation is the same. All right. So, Haya'ah Shawamar. She watch, or she, in English transliteration, she is watching. All right. So, you guys got this? Everybody got it? You want to take a picture of it? Qadash, you want to take a picture of it? You got it? Oh, okay, no sweat. Make sure there's no question. And if you have any questions, type them in on Facebook or YouTube. I haven't seen those, so. All right, no sweat. No sweat. All right. All right, everybody got this? I can erase it. All right, no sweat. Hey man, it's always good to have a cheat code, man. Yep. All right, so we still dealing with the word shamar, means to watch, right? And then the reason why we're doing it like this, right, is because when you see a word over and over and over again, right, in a repetitive nature, it dials in your memory bank, right? Okay. All right. All right. Now, the next one we're going to do is we are watching. All right. From our cheat book, what word are we using? Raise your hand. If you don't know the cheat code right here, bro. It's kind of sorry. No sweat.
Anakanawa. Anakanawa. Anakanawa.
No.
Anakanawa.
Most High Christ. Anakanawa. Get a brother hand. All right. Now, okay. So the conjugation is going to change. Matter of fact, I should draw a line right here. The conjugation is going to change because now you're talking about a group of people. Right? All right. So the things that are added, right, is the wa still, All right, because it's still a conjugation for men and women, right? Okay, but because we're talking from a plural sense, you add yum. Yum makes it plural. Akiyum, akwatiyum. Akiyum is brothers. Ak is brother. Akwat is sister. Akwatiyum is sisters. Okay, all right. So when it's plural, and again, we're dealing with the present tense, all right, you add wa. Go ahead, brother.
All right. So now when we go into that, when we go into aquatium or akium, why is it still the yum and not the yun? Why? Because you see how it switches there when it goes to you all, from men to women to yum to a thumb.
This has nothing to do with that, right?
Okay, so even with the hum and hun, it doesn't.
We're dealing with present tense, right? So in present tense, right, it's very simple, right? When you're dealing with the singular, it's just wa, right? When you're dealing with the plural, it's wa and
yum. But now what I'm asking is why doesn't the M in the end interchange when it comes to men and women, when it like how it does with hum, hun, a thumb, a thun?
What you're thinking about is the qual stem. We ain't got there yet. So like prime example. Remember when I gave the example, Abanawa, right? Okay, so that's giving you prefix of who we're talking about.
Right.
We're talking about our Father. Right. And the wa, right, is a conjugation, right, of we. Right. Our. Yeah. Okay. But in order to understand that, you gotta first get the present tense.
So I'm having the conversation we should have later.
Yeah, you ahead of the curve right now.
Come on, concept.
All right. You know what I'm saying? We at crawling. You kind of got a little brisk walk going right now. You know what I'm saying? No sweat. You know what I'm saying? What you're saying is absolutely correct. There is a conjugation for that. But that is when we get into the qual stem. All right? No sweat. Get that brother a hand. You know what I'm saying? Feel me? All right. So when you're dealing with the pluralization in the present tense, right? You're going to add a wa and a yum. Why the wa? The same reason why we did the first time, right? Because you're still dealing with you're still dealing with male and female, right? From a singular standpoint, right? But now we're talking about a group of single males and single females, right? So wa and yum. So it's going to be anak noah shawamarium. All right? Okay. All right. Next one we're going to do is, yeah, I'm all right now. All right. The next one we're going to be dealing with is you, masculine, plural. All right. Actually, not you, y'all. All right. I'll do this. I'm gonna put y'all, but for you northerners, you northerners, and you easterners, northeasterners, you westerners, you all. I'm saying, nah, it come from the south, specifically Texas. No, not at all. I know my roots. I remember as a young man going up north to Wisconsin, going up to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. My daddy from the Midwest. And me saying, "Where y'all going? Y'all, nigga, you country." You know what I'm saying? We don't say y'all if it's you all. Okay, but I brother. Yeah.
I'm Gary. Yeah. Y'all.
Okay, brother.
You from Chicago? Y'all say y'all. Y'all.
Yeah, South took over. It's a universal language now. You understand? You feel me? You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna get into a hip hop discussion right now. You understand? All right, no swear. All right. Okay. So you all or y'all are watching. All right. So for that, what is it going to be? For the masculine plural, what is it? Look at the cheat code. Sister?
Would it be a thumb?
Give a sister a hand. And that Frankie and Murray smell good, bro.
It's the word that I added. It's that good word.
You know, a lot of people don't mess with the Murray. I mess with the Murray, man.
It's both of them, but you know, the mix that's involved is just a little bit less than grade A.
Right.
Shout out to my nigga Shai.
Yeah, give the Shy a hand, man. That boy stay bringing the supplies for the school, man. That boy be bringing the water, you know what I'm saying, chips to hand out to brothers and sisters at camp. He be helping Officer Godboy make sandwiches, man, for the people. It's a good brother right there. All right. Okay. So same thing. All right. My little double dash right there just means the same thing. You copy the same notes down. When it's plural, you add the wa. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put parentheses right here so you know that that's plural. Plural, you add the wa and the young, right? So it's going to be for you all or y'all. You talk about a group of men, right? It's going to be a thumb shawamaria. All right. Okay. All right. So if I wanted to say, I want to talk to a group of men, I wanted to say you all or y'all read, right? I would say a thumb shawamarium the bar. Right? Okay. So I'm saying you all, I'm sorry, not shawamarium. I would say a thumb dawabarium, right? Which is you all read. Dawabarium, right? Okay. If I wanted to say I am reading, right? I would say if I would want to say to talk to the sister and say you read, I would say Atha Dawabar. Right? Same rules apply. Doesn't matter the word. Okay? Doesn't matter the action. The same rules apply. But right now, we're just dealing with Shamar. All right? And I'm going to give homework in the class. All right? Okay? Time check.
8:46.
Yeah, we right on time, brother. All right. Next one, we're going to do the exact same thing. All right. So we're going to have you all or y'all, feminine, plural, are watching. So what is that word going to be for the feminine aspect? Raise your hand, brother.
Shawamariam.
No.
Oh.
What for you all or y'all, feminine plural, what word is it going to be?
Salakia, if I may. Athan.
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 Give that brother a hand. Hell am I doing? And what does a double line mean? Same thing. All right. So conjugation is the same thing because we're talking about a group, right? No matter if it's male or female, which is why the was there, right? But when we're talking about a group, we add the young. All right. So what I'm gonna do is for right here, wa, singular, masculine or feminine, young, plural, right? So you can add that. So you can get a better breakdown. So what is singular for masculine or feminine, right? Young, no matter what it is plural, right? Okay. So singular. So no matter if it's man or woman, and it's plural, it's young. All right. So hopefully that makes it a little bit easier. Is that speaker kind of blocking your vision? All right, no sweat. The water. Matter of fact, why don't you just move your chair behind her? When we setting up class, Akim, when we setting up class, let's just make sure where the chairs are that each chair has a side of the board. All right, no sweat. All right. The next one. All right. Right. Masculine, plural. Are watching. All right. All right. So from the cheat code. Even though they couldn't see it on camera, but from the cheat code, what is they masculine plural, sister?
Would it be ham?
Correct. This ain't English. It ain't ham. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no abominations on this board. See what I'm saying? All right. Okay. So it's going to be Shawamariam. All right. for the sake of space, right? Only difference is going to be for the feminine would be what? For the feminine they, what will it be? Warriala?
So like if I may, sir, hun.
Correct. All right. It's the only difference. All right. It's going to be hun shawamariam. I wrote it in Hebrew at the bottom. I'll put hun right next to it. I got you, brother. All right. Take a picture of that for your notes. All right. Now I'm going to give a homework assignment. All right. Take your pictures. Take your pictures. I'm about to erase it. Just like any teacher, you know what I'm saying? Have your homework done before you come to class. You understand? There will be a test at the beginning of next class. There will be a test. Yeah. So have homework ready, because y'all gonna come to the board and we're gonna see what y'all got is correct. All right? No sweat. All right. So y'all got this before I erase it? No sweat.
I didn't know hooked up to the speakers.
Okay, well, shoot, brother.
It was the ending credits.
I understand. 10 should be on the board out, not on the phone.
I was trying to get my phone back up so I could,
I understand, brother. Yeah. That's an awesome song, by the way.
It is, though. Especially when they took out that other nigga.
You understand? All right. So, you already have to watch. All right? Okay? So, I'm only going to write it in, I'm only going to write it in Assyrian Hebrew. You're going to have to write it in Assyrian and Paleo Ancient Phoenician Hebrew. All right? So this is the homework. Homework. I want the bar, which means to read. Let's go to my. Let's see. I want
So what does a mock mean?
no sweat. Give me 1 second. I want Ra'ah, which means to look, or see. Let's see. I want Yashab, which means to sit. And the last one I want is what's another one I want to use? No, I'm not gonna use that one. Another one. This is gonna be a trick one right here. Cause it's present tense, but how you write is gonna be different. We're gonna see if you're gonna get it right in English. These are all words that you will see consistently in the book of Genesis. All right. So the homework is I want these 4 words conjugated in the present tense using anya, ata, hawa, haya, anaknawa, athum, athan, hum, and han. The 4 words are debar. And you are to write this. Hold on, let me write this down so you know what the homework is. Paleo and Assyrian. All right. And you know it. All right. Each word conjugation. That's it. All right. So for each word, I want it written in Paleo and Assyrian Hebrew, right? And each word, I want conjugation of anya, ata, hawa. Yeah, we're doing present tense. Okay. All right. So the 4 words are debar, which means to read or speak. All right. We have ra'ah, which means to look or see. You have yashab, which means to sit. You know, this is a word you're gonna hear. Is this not a word you're gonna hear every Sabbath class? Yashab, yashabia. Right? Okay. Sit down. You know what I'm saying? All right. Next one is I'm. Right? I'm is people, tribe, troops, or flock. It doesn't matter who you're addressing in the plural sense. You're gonna use I'm. All right. I want all four of these words conjugated in the present tense, Paleo, Ancient Phoenician Hebrew, and Assyrian. Next class, I'm just gonna call you up randomly, and I'm gonna say, write I am reading. I'm gonna say, we looked, or you look, right? Or I'm gonna say, we sit, right? Or I'm gonna say, your people, right? Or y'all people, right? So I'm gonna call you up to the board. This is your homework, but I'm letting you know right now. That one is a maverick. Pop quiz. That one gonna shiver me timbers. It's gonna Harlem shake you in your boots. All right. And it's okay if you get it wrong. All right. The purpose is for you to learn, for you to practice outside of class. Right. So from now on in every class, even in the scripture breakdown, I'm gonna start giving out homework. Right? Because what happens is y'all come to class, y'all take notes, but y'all don't go over your notes. You understand? All right? I'm telling you now, it's going to be a pop quiz. Right? Brothers, you don't have your homework, 20 push-ups, my count. Sisters, he don't know what my count is. You understand? You don't know what my count is. You understand? Sisters,
make an extra meal Saturday.
Yeah.
Lunch and brunch.
And it's gonna have to be under the scrutiny of Tazadat. You understand? The chef. You understand? Dig what I'm saying? Okay. Okay. What's your question, sis? Sis, I'll get sis on the mic just in case it might be somebody else's question online.
So so this is just for sisters that if they well, if we bring our homework but it's not necessarily all correct, will we still
it don't matter. Bring your homework.
Okay, but
the whole purpose is it don't matter if you got it. I mean, I would love for you to have it correct, but it doesn't matter if you have it right or wrong. The purpose of it is you to try, right? Okay. So the only way that you're going to learn, right, is from your mistakes, trial and error, right? And being tested on it. Now, I'm going to check all of your homework. Let me say that. I'm going to check all of your homework. Okay? All right? I'm going to check it all. But the beginning of class is going to be a pop quiz. Right? Every brother and sister that's in class today, right? I expect you to be in class on time next week. Right? The first 15 to 20 minutes of class will be a pop quiz. I'm going to call on each one of y'all and say a random word, write it on the board, the sentence, the phrase. Got it. No sweating. With that, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Thumb to all my brothers, and Shalom, Yahweh Shemar Thumb by Shem Yahweh Shai to all of my sisters. And we gone. Shalom.